Shante Brown Sugar Talk under Black Unicarns. So let's first talk about how I'm thinking that the lady that was the doctor was a stalker that was at Born Jewish Hospital, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because I believe that I had a miscarriage. The blood was brown. So I looked that up and I was like, oh my God, it's the expulsion of a fetus from a womb before it is able to survive independently, especially spontaneously, or as the result of an accident. It was also like clotty, and it was even on the outside of the pee cup. Like it was just like blood clots, you know. So I'm thinking I really did have a miscarriage. She didn't take the urine for a pregnancy test. They actually put urine inside of my my blood test cups, you know, the little blood test things. So I'd never seen that before. So I was just like, what's going on? Like, it was like nothing was correct during this time either. And they waited too long. It's like they always got to wait so they can come and try to play some trick or whatever. And it's like, this not a game. Like, I'm not in a movie. So I don't need people that don't know what they're doing trying to give me medical attention. So yes, I had a miscarriage. If I had to diagnose myself, it would be a miscarriage. And so the lady gave me paperwork for something else or whatever, and it's just like, nah, this is a miscarriage. Like when I got home, and because at first it was like nothing was coming in the pad, and then when stuff found, but when I got back to the shelter or wherever I was, when I finally saw the color of the blood, it was brown. So, like I said, it was like clumpy and mucusy and all this different stuff. So, nah, it's a miscarriage. So yeah, it's just like I just wish that y'all would leave me alone. It's like I really wish you would just stay the fuck away from me. And she actually sounds like the lady that's been answering my calls for my Chase, for my bank account or whatever, because it's like the same woman always gets my calls for my Chase account for whatever reason. So if this is not weird to other people, it's weird to me, because I don't know what's going on. Today I want to talk about Shel Silverstein. So I talked about Shel Silverstein yesterday, just like as a blurb, but I was trying to find the poem that I was talking about. And I think the word that I was using, I was talking about how I taught the kids how to hold people that have problems delicately. You know, like, that's what it was. It was like people with problems. So let me put that in there. I think that's what we were talking about, but I know it's from the poem. And I was like, y'all, we got to really hold him delicately. And I think that's what it was. Because it's not that he has a problem. It was just that I would just use him as an example. I don't know. So anyway, I've been trying to find what I'm looking for, and I can't. The poem I'm looking for. So anyway, I found this one, masked, everything on it. She had blue skin, and so did he. He kept it hid, and so did she. They searched for blue their whole life through, then passed right by and never knew. Isn't that kind of like, oh my God, there is a CGI that's like that too. Like, it's like a guy, he sees this woman and he looks at her every day until they get older, and he never says anything to her. He never says anything to her. And he was just like doing stuff, like, I don't know, destroying stuff and all this stuff. Like, it's just like, I think he was at a hot dog, like he make hot dogs, and he was working at a theater or something like that. Theater person. But yeah, he was working somewhere, and he just had to keep doing this job like all the time. And so he would do the job, but he would see her. He was inside of a sign, inside of a billboard. Let's see if it come up that way. But yeah, he was like living inside of her, and he would just see her every day and just never do anything. Like, nothing was done. And so it'll just make you be like, wait a minute, like, you gonna let your life pass you by just watching somebody? And this is why we need people now to just change this entire rhetoric of what's right and what's wrong. Like, every day, every relationship is not Romeo and Juliet. You know, every relationship is not, I have to be in this relationship in order for me to survive. And you just like, I'm so tired of that. I am so tired of the mask. If you can be in a relationship, then be in a relationship. If you don't love your wife, leave her. If you don't love your husband, leave him. Sometimes it's just not worth trying to stay into it. And it's like, it's actually so freeing. It's almost like when I thought that just paying bills and going to work every day, which I already knew. Listen, y'all, I have never wanted to have that type of life for real. Like, I don't want a picket fence. I want to be like in the RV for real. Like, I want to be traveling. I wanted a really tiny cottage or something, someplace to keep my stuff. But I always want to be like a traveler. So when I wrote my paper in school, I was like, that's not what everybody's going to want. You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy wanted us to write about the perfect home or something like that. And it's like, I was like, nobody is going to always want. And that's what they described, too, was like the person would want a picket fence and a house with kids and all this different stuff. It's like, I still want a family, but I don't want what everybody wants for tradition. You know, everybody wants the place where they got the backyard where they can have a barbecue. But it's like when you're traveling and you go to like all these different parks and stuff, it is a huge place for you to have a backyard barbecue. It's like places where you can like rent cabins, and I mean, Peter Nolly's Falls is just enough, like right there. Was it Peter Nolly's Falls? It was a place in Austin. It was another place we went to where it was like these like pools of water. It was like rocks, and it was pools of water, and we could just get in one area and just chill. But you gotta wear like swim shoes or something, because the rocks hurt when you walk on them. But the water is not too deep. For me, I liked it because I'm not a good swimmer. So I could just like keep my feet in the water, and they just went swimming. And I could see underneath the water too. Like, the water is clear. So it's just like all these like little, and it's natural. Like, it's natural. Nobody made it. It's just little, it's like going down the hill. It's like one pool of water here, and then it'll be a pool of water here, and then the next pool. And all of it is separated by rock. So you might very well be next to another family, and their water might be like a little deeper than what yours is. So it is like so cool. So it's like in life, that's what I wanted. Like, I just wanted to be able to travel. And so it just behooves me when people are just like in this situation where they don't see that. Like, they don't see that, you know, having a picket fence in a White House and the kids running around and paying bills and stuff, it's almost like it's daunting. Like, it's like, is that what you want? Like, that's your life? Like, it is like, do y'all know how long I've been trying to get out of having an apartment, get out of having a car note, get out of, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, just to have this bus, and then somebody come and just, no, we're going to destroy it, bitch. You know, it's like, fuck you and your dreams. You know, it's like, nah, you don't need to do that. So, that's it. It's like, every day, that's all I'm striving for, is just to be able to design a bus and be able to get on the road with my son. And so if somebody keeps wanting me to be upset about my son, it's like, just give me my son. You know, I don't deal with these people. I don't know who these people are. I don't know what the issues are, but yeah, I just need my son. We don't need to be abused. So I just need my son. That's it. What else do I want to go over today? Oh, yeah, the stalking from the apartment in Frisco. So how this stuff started, that's something that somebody was bringing up today, was how all this stuff started. It was a Hispanic guy that was like the maintenance guy at the apartments that I was in Frisco. So when I was with Elder, that was like the, Elder was my ex-boyfriend. He is from El Salvador. And so when I was with Elder, we were at an apartment, and it was on Hartford. It was at the other end of Hartford. In that area, we were in Carrollton. I think it was the Carrollton Farmers Branch. So we're in Carrollton, and the other end of Hartford is Dallas. It's like really just like you just cross the street. So anyway, we're in Carrollton. And Elder is like a guy that can fix like air conditioners and all this different stuff. And Elder is retired, so Elder just chilling because he got money to chill with. So the guy, and he also does maintenance too. So he does maintenance at another place, but we moved because they were trying to go up on his rent. So he moved. He was like, well, we'll stay here for a while and do whatever. So we moved there, and the maintenance guy came and was like, who fixed this? Now look, y'all, it's not broken. He was just like, who did this? And it was like, I don't know who did it. So look, Elder's standing right there. That's my boyfriend. Like, I live with my boyfriend. And he is asking me, who did this? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, you think I'm about to, oh yeah. He did this. Like, he took it apart and put it together. Like, what kind of dirty shit is that? So when I get to this apartment in Frisco, I'm trying to get there and work. So he's the maintenance guy there. So him and the black girl start having an attitude problem. Now, this is how I know the girl not from the area, because she was like, you can go over here and get you a money order. It's like, no, I don't need to get a money order. This when I knew somebody was running scams, and if whoever was doing the scams had to be working with my mom. So she was like, you can go to Schnucks and get you a money order. I was like, no, I can go to Chase Bank and get what I need. My bank is just around the corner. It's up the street and around the corner. So I'm looking at her word, like, what the fuck wrong with y'all? And so she was mad because I was taking over this black guy's apartment. And I was like, the dude is black. Like, he doesn't want to live over here anymore. And he's young. So it's like, why wouldn't I just take it over? And she was like, you could just get you a new apartment. You don't have to do this for him. I can do whatever I want to for him. I don't know him. He's a stranger. But if he's obviously putting an ad in the paper telling people that he can't afford to live over there, then that's probably what's happening. He was like, we're going to have a party and we'll move everything out. Y'all, he did it. And he left me dishes and stuff like pans or whatever so I can have something at least to cook with. You see what I'm saying? Because we didn't have furniture or anything. We just moved down there. I sold all the stuff in my apartment for $400 so I can get away from these stalkers. So I wouldn't be in this position that I'm in now. So I can get away from the people that were trying to hold me here or whatever, or trying to stalk me when I was here before. So I get there, and that was it. So that's when Kevin comes over, and Kevin's like, you want to go out? So Kevin started taking us out, all this different stuff. But again, this maintenance guy's there. So then Kevin wanted to try to put some type of listening device in the house. Again, this maintenance guy is still there. So this whole time, this maintenance guy has been stalking us too. Or at least stalking me, because then I didn't have a child. So sometimes stuff will come up like broken in the apartment, and it's like I could just fix it. You know, I don't have to call maintenance. Like in the first apartment I could because it was smaller. But in the other apartment, the lights were too high and little stuff like that. And I'd be like, you don't have to come in. And we had a dog. You don't have to come in. You could just leave it and we'll do it. Look, y'all, he wanted to get into my apartment when I wasn't there. So they were trying to make us get rid of the dog. So because he was trying to be nosy and get into my apartment when he wasn't supposed to, they wanted us to get rid of the dog because the dog kept attacking him and the dog attacked Brandon when he was in costume. I'm constantly telling the people at the office, like, this man is a stalker and he is this lady gonna come and try to put me out my apartment. I'm like, ma'am, I got anxiety and this man has come down here to stalk me. I actually forgot. I went to an appointment on the same day, and they were telling me that they couldn't do my screening for cancer or something like that. So I got kind of scared. I was like, what the fuck going on? Like, she stopped in the middle of my appointment and I had to come back. So she said that somebody was having a baby, and it's like, well, I don't trust anything right now because of all this stuff that's going on. They started to stalk me in Texas like they were stalking me here. And so I'm constantly going to the police telling them everything. And I mean, they let them stalk them until we get killed. Like, it's not like they helping them or stopping them or anything. These people actually stalk us like they got a fucking mental problem. And they do. Like, they are actually possessed. They need to go to the psych ward. So it's just like, I'm just like, why? Like, what is the reason? And for somebody to come and pretend they my doctor, What the fuck is that for? Like, are y'all trying to kill us? You understand what I'm saying? Because this lady just stood there and misdiagnosed me the whole time. She said, well, you got your period, so that means you're not pregnant. That does not mean I'm not pregnant. That doesn't mean I'm not pregnant. Or I never was pregnant. You see what I'm saying? Well, it meant I had a miscarriage, maybe. She didn't check the blood or anything. She didn't check anything. I'm talking about they actually put the urine inside 2 of the vials and left it on the counter. And she came back and told me my pregnancy test was negative. I'm really trying to just get, if I got insurance, why can't I just get a free pregnancy test? So I don't know. That's it. That's it for me right now. It's like, how much more? I thought about that Hispanic man, like, he just kept coming after us. And then he kept wanting to come into the apartment because it'd just be like the light bulb. He'll just change the light bulb in the kitchen. And then it'd be like 2 or 3 weeks later, the light bulb would go out again. And when I was working, I didn't notice it. But then when I started staying at home, I was like, why would the light bulb? You see what I'm saying? And when I was staying at home, I started taking the dog with me. So then people could get in the apartment. You see what I'm saying? When I take the dog with me. But if she there, then nothing changed because she'll eat your ass up. So they didn't want us to have a dog because the dog was attacking them. As she should, because she was protecting the house. So that was the same thing at the house in Austin. Because I locked the house up so good, if they try to come in there, she'll attack them. You see what I'm saying? It don't matter. Like, she don't give not 2 fucks. It's like, that is why I want to keep it, because she was like a very protective dog. And so it's just like, why take my dog so you can just be in my house looking at me all fucking day? Like, they actually think that they can do this shit for real. Anyway, what type of pace and energy do you thrive in? I like fast pace. It depends on the job, y'all. I work so many jobs that I can probably thrive in any of them. I do not like a congestive area, though. So, like, I can work in a place that's overcrowded, but if it's disorganized, I can't do it. If it's nasty, I can't do it. Also, if the person that's with me is, like, always on edge, no, bitch. No. Can't do it. So, that's it. I really, other than that, I thrive anywhere. If you could design a layout for your ideal interactions for a day, what would they look like? Well, first, I would like to have breakfast with my family and possibly 2 dogs, a fish, a turtle, a chicken or 2, some guinea pigs, a lamb, a sheep. Y'all, I can have a fucking farm. Anyway, that's what it is. I would like to have breakfast with my family and just look out at the land. I don't need a big house. Blake need a house. I don't need a big house. And what else? And I need somebody there to take care of them because I don't want to take. Listen, I can possibly do this at somebody else's house. Let's be real, because I want to travel and I don't want to be like, oh my god, I gotta take we gotta find somebody to do this. I do not want to do it. I don't want to deal with other people and they bullshit. So anyway, I'm a good house sitter, but that's how I'm gonna wake up, just on a farm. And then with all these animals that like me, I liked waking up in Austin because this is like all the animals, the insects. I mean, I just wake up and come outside and have my coffee, and it's like everything is out there. The bees, the badgers. I mean, it's just so nice out there. So, anyway, wake up with that. And then I want to have like a writer's meeting, and then maybe go in to have a show or whatever. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, depending on the day, then that's how my interactions will go. Make sure my kids are with me. Make sure my dog's with me. Make sure they doing their jobs, working, going to school, all they got to do. And that's it. And make sure by the end of the day we meet up together and everybody can get their own space and chill and do what they got to do their thinking and everything. But in the morning, let's just have breakfast together. We don't have to have dinner and lunch, all that. You know, do your thing. But in the morning, let's eat together. Give me my morning kisses. What spaces or communities in your life do you feel happiest and most fulfilled in? I feel good in all of them. Really, like, I don't know. I've been in so many different communities that it's just like I am me. I do stay to myself a lot. So I don't know. Sometimes it just don't. I don't know. But one thing I do like doing, y'all, which is this: I like sitting on a park bench and watching the traffic go by. I like to have a meal as I do this. So that's something I do by myself. Nobody has to come and do that with me. It's like I actually really enjoy sitting on a park bench. For reals. Sitting on a park bench and just, I'm thinking that this sound is not working, but I like sitting on the park bench, but the camera got sound too. But I love sitting on the park bench with a meal and just enjoying like all the people walking, mainly in East St. Louis on 25th Street. St. Louis is okay, but 25th Street and East St. Louis is my favorite. What else? I like mixed communities. Like, I'm just like a mixed community person. I also don't like people who are just like staunch on this side or staunch on that side. Like, I hate women, I hate men, I hate redheads and people with hair. And then, like, what I'm saying? I like freedom. So, that's it for today. I don't know, it's like it's not a whole lot to talk about. But, that's it, I work at a fast pace and my energy is high. And I'm a relaxed person, so I know. Designing the layout for my day is just like, as long as my family is with me, I'm cool. And that's it. As long as they give me some space and peace, I'll be happy. That's it. And my son is kind of the same way. So anyway, that's it. Have a great day. It's Shante Brown Sugar Talking, the Black Unicorns, telling you, have a good day. Remember to do the work. Put in the work, y'all, so y'all can get the results. Okay? Have a good day.